Good morning, Captain Josh Phillips here with Minnehaha County Sheriff's Department, PHI, LLIPS. Just getting an update on the call from Buffalo Ridge yesterday. We responded there about 11:47. When deputies arrived with other medical personnel, it was determined that that was an active crime scene. We were there last night until about 7 p.m. processing that scene. You may have seen that we had a drone and numerous detectives and fire personnel out there. It was a pretty substantial scene that we wanted to make sure we were not missing anything. Through that active investigation, we do have 2 deceased individuals from that location. The first being Jason, J-A-S-O-N, middle of Michael, last of Lucas, L-U-C-A-S, who's a 45-year-old male from South Dakota and Iowa. The second deceased individual is first of Jason also, J-A-S-O-N, middle of Wayland, last of Blunt, B-L-U-N-T, who is a 46-year-old male from Iowa. So detectives are still working that crime scene. We're working with our coroner right now. Autopsies are being completed. There's a lot of things that we need to still process, from either getting that from the coroner or forensic equipment that we need to go through. That's going to take a little bit of time. So we just ask the public's assistance, if they have any information about these 2 deceased, to please contact us via Crime Stoppers or the Sheriff's Department, anything that might help us lead up to yesterday when we arrived on scene. So anything in the last probably week would be very beneficial for our office to make contact with those individuals, and whether they think it's a minute piece of information, anything could be very helpful for us. So we believe that these 2 individuals got into an altercation and both succumbed to their injuries at that scene. So, any questions?
Did they both live in that camper?
We don't know. We know one of the individuals did. That was his camper. I don't know the living arrangements that are going on. They were working in the area, and that was a place that they were staying for about a week.
Can you tell us how authorities first got involved and what led up to investigating that site in the first place?
It was a check the well-being. Just had not had contact with the individuals that are usually there, and the check of well-being was done, and then we were notified.
What kind of work were they doing?
Construction work, roofing. And then if we get anything pertinent following up in the next few days, we'll definitely share that with you. We do not think the public is at danger at this time, but there is other individuals we would like to speak to, so any additional information that the public may have would be very beneficial for us.
You said altercation. Were there guns involved, or?
We do not believe any guns were involved, but knives were involved.
Is there any indication that there was drugs on scene, or?
Not that I'm aware of, and so that's stuff that I'll have to look through some of the logs, but it doesn't, it's not like a drug rip or anything like that we have information on. It's some type of altercation between the 2.
When do you think the altercation took place?
And that's really what we're working on. That's where the autopsy will help us. That's where the forensics of the cell phones will help us. That's where the public will help us. In giving us a timeline of maybe prior to us getting there, of when the last time the conversations were had with those individuals, and so hopefully we can kind of figure that out, but sometime probably a day prior to our arrival, give or take.
And then the call came in because they didn't show up for work, or?
It just hadn't heard from them in a couple of days, and so, you know, a good citizen that say, hey, we need to check on these individuals, just make sure they're okay, and so that call prompted us to go to the scene.
Were they found inside of or outside of the camper, if you could tell us?
One was outside and one was inside.
Do you know what the nature of their relationship was? If they were just like roommates, or?
I believe they were past acquaintances, and then probably did some work together.
Co-workers.
Correct.
At least for this job.
Yep.
Okay.
But this is where at least one of them was residing while they did work in the area. Anything else? All right, thank you.